be 2 nights there, so this will be quite a busy schedule from there. 2 nights, and the middle day we're going to have as a community day. Now all the community work we're going to do is optional, but this day we'd like everyone to volunteer. That's really important because we want to go and we're going to find a school. We haven't located it yet, but we're looking for a school. We want to go in there and paint classrooms if they've got classrooms. Some of the schools don't even have classrooms, but we want to go and do something in that community. We want to plant trees. We want to run the rhino art competition, which you saw a little bit about before there. And we want to work out what they need, maybe run a 20-minute side soccer tournament, have a fun day with the kids there, and you've heard about poverty, but you don't know poverty until you're in an area like this. And I was telling a couple of guys earlier, a couple of people there earlier that, I went into the little village just next to Nkepi camp, and I took 6 thick pens with me, and I took them and I gave them to the kids. And they were pretty happy, so I spoke to the guy who'd taken me in, and I said, they pretty happy to get their pens. He said, yeah. He said, that's the first pens they've ever had. I said, but come on, they go to school. He said, yeah, they go to school. I said, but how do they go to school without pens? I'm first worlder. That's pretty dumb to me. He said, well, they've got to wait till the person who's got the pens finished, and they borrow the pen. This is a very, very poor village. They borrow the pen, they write their notes down. He said, they've got to do it quickly because the notes get wiped off after 1 hour, and then the next lesson starts. So if you haven't got the notes written down, I said, well, then what happens? He said, well, then you've got to try and borrow the notes and the pen, and then he said that actually that doesn't happen and they don't get any education. So gifting these guys a 55-cent bic is life-changing for them. So that's poverty. And they're happy. They're the happiest people you'll find. And they're very thankful of their pen. It's quite a humbling experience. We rock in there with, I'm putting shoes on kids with, I've got my tag watch, and my tag watch is worth more than this kid's going to have in his whole lifetime. It's humbling. So this is in Nkepi camp. It's on the banks of the Okavango River, or the Kavango River. This is an eating place. You can come out and, if you want to have a restaurant meal, have a restaurant meal on the banks of the river. This is the toilets arrangement, so it doesn't rain in winter. You don't have to worry about having roofs on it. So this is the typical toilet. And in Nkepi camp, this is another one. You can't swim in the river because of the crocs and the hippos, but they've put a little swimming pool here for you. It's got all netting around, so you can swim in that area there, and the crocs can't get you and hippos can't get you. Great place to have sundown, as you can watch out there, and you can see hippos. You can hear them in the river. It's just fantastic. It's just one of those places that, and the mist is rising up the river like that in the morning, and the sun sets across it in the evening. Across the other side of the river is a game reserve. You can watch elephants come down to drink it from the bar on this side. This is a typical day of us driving along the road in the Caprivi, where you've got a giraffe. Do you recognise him?
I think we got it.
So, watching the game run across the road is quite normal. That's why we don't want to be out at night time. And this is in Nkepi camp, so they've got all sorts of stuff. They've even got a New Zealand $5 note on the bar. They've got it's an education just to sit in there and read all the different stuff. It's all a lot of it's very meaningful. And they've got Wi-Fi here, which is something you'll be really pleased to get to by the time you've got to Nkepi. You've got Wi-Fi, you can catch up on your emails. And you can go out in a Makura. This is, the local boats are carved out of wood, and you can go for a ride and be taken out for a ride. So we're there for 2 days, and then we're going to head on into through. This isn't quite drawn right because we're going to head into Botswana, across the border here at Ngumo. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And then head up to Kasane. And that's a beautiful area. And we're going to do this one. It's actually quite a short trip. We do go through a game park to get there, so but we want to kick people along because we're going to do a sunset cruise here on the Chobe River, which is to die for. It's just one of the best. I've been on a lot of sundowner cruises. I can tell you, this is the best one we've ever had. We took our own booze on board, so it was a very cheap cruise as far as, because they're not building in any cost of how much alcohol they think you're going to be able to drink. And you can drink something that's nice for a change. But you take your own on board, and you go, and we head out at 3:30, and we watch the sun go down across the Chobe River. This is the sort of things you'll see. Saddlebill, is it Saddlebill? Crocodile. elephants, you can get right up close to the elephants. The elephants are not scared of you when you're in a boat. The elephants and hippos and everything just doesn't even know you're there. You see Justin's quite close to them there. We got away a whole lot closer than that later on in the night, but the light was dim. And this is where we're going to be driving the next day. So when we drive off into Chobe, we're going to drive this river cruise. So you're going to be on the river the night before, and then you're going to be on the land the next day on the same area. But there's I think 15,000 elephants in this park, and most of them are by the river in the winter time. So you're going to see elephant as the sun going down, so you can start seeing the beauty of it, apart from these ugly buggers in the front here. So yeah, so that'll take us into Kasane, and then we're going to head into Chobe, and this is where we'll be getting you to stock up with food for 2 nights, because we'll be out of civilization for 2 nights. There'll be no cell phone coverage. There'll be no nothing. Everywhere you go, there's good ablutions, good showers, everything like that. Even when we're in Chobe, we're going to go into proper campsites and things. We're not going to take you out into the wilds. But the Kasane town's got a great butcher shop, great bottle store. Get the ice for your chili. Oh, you don't need that because we've got cool refrigerators. And then we head in and we go along that road. This is the Chobe River here, and into the park. So this park we'll see. The first park you'll see a lot of landscape and you'll see a lot of animals, but you're unlikely to see lots of cats. You're unlikely to see. You won't see huge herds of game, but you will in Chobe. And we're coming in here, and we're going to make our way out through a little known area, out through the side, and then we're going to head into Zimbabwe, across the border, crossing here into Hwangi, and then across a little bit of a circuitous route here, and then into finishing up in Vic Falls, in the Great Vic Falls, where you'll be able to go and see where David Livingstone, I presume. So in the evening of the Vic Falls, which is our final night, the guy who was on the video earlier with the big hairy beard, his name's Kingsley Holgate, very famous. He's like the David Attenborough of South Africa. He does expeditions and all sorts of stuff. He's coming to talk to us that night, and that's after you've heard him talk, you'll understand more about what that's all about. It's a major achievement to have him support us. That's a big draw card. So he's also helping to find some more people to talk to us along the way. So the type of people that we're going to have in front of you are pretty amazing. So this is in Chobe. Now, this is where you're going to be a little bit, we'll give you a lot of training on this. You really don't want to be in a beat-up combi when the elephants are wandering across the road. But we managed it well. The elephants are very chilled. We went right through herd. We only got stuck because the bloody Hilux in front got stuck. This is a leather-faced vulture, very rare. So we're going to. It's your chance to come on here to get up close and personal. So 10 days, 3 countries, and thousands of animals.